Hi, this is Tattoo Tony playing my theme song. Enjoy.
Let's explore this abandoned building with TattooTonyAlton. First we'll take a look at this grand old two-family home from the outside. And then we'll explore the inside. Let's watch and listen as our brave explorer traverses the dangers of bad city blocks and dilapidated structures to give us an inside look at things that pique our curiosity, but I would most certainly not do myself. And as always, remember, leave nothing but footsteps. It is dishonorable to take, break, or vandalize. Let's preserve these as long as we can so that those who dare may explore after us.
Hey guys, this is TattooTonyAlton, and I'm going to narrate a little bit and I'll shut up some. This is a really cool old building. It's a two-family home. One of the families would live on the top of this building and the other family would live on the first floor. There's two front doors on the front of this building. I went in as much of this building as I can, and I'm just going to warn you too, there's a little bit of theme stuff here. This is a little bit of a creepy video I made. Wanted to have a little fun. If you don't like it, that's fine. Stay tuned. I'm not going to do every video like this. Just wanted to try something different. Those stars you see all over the building, you're probably familiar, but those are antiques, those big iron stars. And there's rods that go through the buildings that hold the brick walls together. It's support, and those cap those iron rods. They're caps on the end. What you see right there, we just took a look in the second story through the window of this building. This isn't a pretty, bad area, unsafe. I don't feel too unsafe during the daylight, but you really got to use some street smarts. You don't want a bunch of people hanging around seeing you go in these buildings. You know, you might get robbed. It's also nice if there's several ways out of the building, so if somebody comes after you, you can find another way out of the building, unless they get the sucker surrounded. I couldn't make a whole lot of videos. I got footage to make a couple more from this trip. I wasn't able to really go until the afternoon. This building is super old. I won't be in these areas after dark. This is somewhere, I believe, near North St. Louis. I was not too far off Martin Luther King Boulevard, if you're familiar. That won't give any, if you're concerned about me giving away the location of abandoned buildings, every other house in this area is abandoned, so there's tons of stuff. It's not like it's anything new. Newstead is not too far from here. In any case, St. Louis, just so you know, used to be fourth largest city. I've mentioned that a couple times. We had the Olympics, we had the World's Fair here at one point. Now it is a much smaller city. It's still a real city, but it's not anything like Chicago or anything anymore. It's really suffered a lot of decline. Industry left. It's pretty sad, but it's good for urban exploring. There's a lot of cool stuff that's gone. The city also is going through a little bit of a renaissance. There's yuppies moving into areas who are rebuilding stuff and rehabbing houses. So block by block there's areas that are starting to be revitalized. Also, I've got an article here from February 2016 by the Tribune. St. Louis named murder capital of the United States. That's why I don't want to be here really after dark. I know like a guy, Dan Bell. I'll give him a shout out. He's awesome. I'd love to learn to be as good as Dan Bell, but anyways, hopefully I'll get better over time. Anyways, he goes around in Baltimore at night. He's very familiar with Baltimore. Sometimes I'm like, man, he's crazy. He's had a couple close run-ins that would have me thinking twice about doing stuff, but I guess when you love it, things don't stop you. Anyways, in the U.S., I guess there's been a decrease in crime and an increase in murders, but in St. Louis, that's true too. It's a little counterintuitive, but an example, in a 1999 paper, there was a gentleman examined Chicago 77 neighborhoods, 1970 to 1990 as a case study. In the 1970s, there was a negative correlation between neighborhood income and homicide rates. So this has definitely affected St. Louis. There's a lot of very, very poor communities, blocks, you know, that are just terrible. There's been an increase of murders from 2004 to 2015 in major cities, so they're kind of spiking. Like I said, St. Louis is one of the top cities for murder and violent crime, so not really somewhere you want to be at night. By the way, though, if you're familiar with National News Ferguson, Missouri, in St. Louis County, is actually, Ferguson's a very nice area. It's not one of the more dangerous areas. All that stuff that happened on the news was crazy, because there's a lot of nice old neighborhoods in Ferguson. Very, very safe place. There might be a few kind of crummy streets here and there, but anyways, not too bad. It's really pretty nice, and I've spent a lot of time there. I feel so totally safe in Ferguson. I'd be over there at night. I think a lot of that trouble in Ferguson came from outside Ferguson. Anyways, St. Louis, here's a Riverfront Times, which is a local. That was really cool wallpaper, by the way, too. Anyways, St. Louis Riverfront Times is a little rag here in St. Louis. It's pretty well known. They have a lot of cool stuff. It's kind of like an alternative paper. Anyways, St. Louis has highest murder rate in the nation on this blog, according to newly released statistics from FBI, which shows St. Louis toppling the 2013 champion Detroit to become the murder capital of the country. 159 murders recorded in St. Louis 2013 give us a rate of 50 homicides per 100,000 residents. So I'll talk to people from Chicago and they're like, Chicago's way more dangerous, we have way more murders. But St. Louis is way smaller, lower population, so the percentage of your chance that you're going to be messing around in St. Louis and get shot are a lot higher. Now, there are a lot of safe areas. You know, there's a lot of white flight, scared white people that, you know, I don't know, they're just scared of the city. That's not the case. There's a lot of safe places to go in St. Louis. When you start hitting blocks that you probably shouldn't be in, or your risk is increasing, you'll know. There'll be abandoned buildings everywhere and gang graffiti. You will know when you hit those blocks, and you usually don't have too far to go to get out of those blocks, so it's not bad. There's a lot of cool stuff in St. Louis. If you ever come here, don't go to the downtown. That's pretty boring. I guess there's a few neat things, but St. Louis is kind of spread out. The neat streets where there's really cool things are spread out. Here's the New York Times. Places like North St. Louis, gunfire still rules the night. Drugs, poverty, and gunfire. Crime-ridden communities. So, Old North St. Louis, Missouri crime rate statistics. There's tons of stuff on the internet on it. So, if I'm a little quick in buildings and I slow down the footage on my computer, you'll understand why. But a tip to other explorers, nighttime videos can kind of provide some suspense. But if you're going into areas like this, roll double. Don't let a bunch of people see you go in. You know, quickly take a side exit in where there's not a bunch of people that saw you go in, so they don't get an idea and come back and rob you. Don't be in there forever. Rolling with two is good. A second entrance out of the building is a good idea. In case somebody comes in one, you can get away from them, get out, hop in your car, and be off. Don't go at night, morning. I used to work in a lot of these areas doing landscaping type work. But anyways, an old guy told me, he said, go down there in the morning. The people that cause problems aren't out early in the morning. And that was true. I went to all the worst areas that I had on my route and tried to always go there in the morning. Hardly anybody was out. Nobody bugged me. So I guess I'm going to shut up about this and let you enjoy this video. If I notice anything else that I think I ought to comment on, I'll let you know. But I like these buildings. Some buildings, they've tried to redo them and they have drywall over stuff and newer carpet. Even though this building... Oh man, that scared the crap out of me. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, even though this building's trashed, if they still have some original old paneling and, old stuff inside them, old wallpaper, whatever, so you can get a glimpse at what it looked like at one point, then it's still pretty awesome. Hopefully that didn't scare you too bad. I know it's kind of a mix because I'm narrating this video and, have the other stuff going on too. So I kind of blended a narrated director's cut video with you know, the freaky stuff. So anyways, let me know what you think. Comment on it. Please don't be rude. If you'd like to see me just do a straight up kind of mood setting creepy video, maybe I'll do one from time to time. If you just like hearing what I'm commenting while I'm in the building, I'll try to do that. If you like hearing me talk about you know, information, kind of like a director's cut type thing, I'll do that. But I'm just curious what y'all think, so let me know. And whatever seems to be more popular, I'll probably do more of. Granted, every now and then I'm gonna kind of do whatever I want, just so I can, you know, try stuff out and kind of be creative. So hopefully that video didn't bug you too much. Thank you for watching. It means a lot to me. Please subscribe. Please share the videos. Your support is what keeps me going places, because I have advertising turned on. If you watch my ads, I appreciate it. It helps out because I'm making a little bit